Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys. And today, guess what, guys? Guess what? We're gonna do a likes video for my 2015 Mercedes C63. But before I get into the video, I gotta do some housekeeping, guys. If you are part of the Boost in Motion family and you watch my videos consistently, and you haven't been hitting the like button, why not? It's one of the best ways to give back to the Boost in Motion family, because the Boost in Motion army is what made Boost in Motion. So I appreciate you guys for always watching my videos, for always hitting the subscribe button with the bell notification and hitting the all. Okay, guys? Please. Now, for the people who are just now coming to the channel, take your time, watch this video. If you enjoy this video, watch some other videos. And if you do like the channel, subscribe, and also, once again, hit the bell notification and hit all. All right? But anyways, let's jump into it. So I'm going to keep it 100, a stack, and I'm going to keep it honest with you guys. So I literally just spoke for the whole audience of people. You guys know exactly what I'm about to say. Comparing this car to other reviewers, I'm not going to be like them, but I'm going to do some of the cliche things. Like, number one, the car styling is dope. I don't care what no one sit there and says. I love the styling of the C63. The front end with the big front grills that go into the air to water, that you can see the heat exchangers behind the black grill. I love it. Now, I do have the S and the non-S bumper are the same. It's just that you usually paint the silver line black. That's why the S's look a little bit more aggressive, because it's blacked out. But outside that, it's necessarily the same front bumper. But I love the aggressive front bumper, and also they make the fenders at the front, for the front left and front right, a lot more wider, and they stick out from the body of the car. So it gives it that nice aggressive look when it's coming and rolling up on you. Just look at that. Oh, love it, love it. Now, to move away from aesthetics mainly, I love the car because it's a four-door car. I'm just a four-door lover, and I'm going to keep it simple. That's another positive for me. All right? Now, let me keep going. There's not really much else I want to talk about when it comes to the exterior of the car. I will talk about, because I'm outside of the car, I'm going to talk about the performance of the car. It's a V8 bi-turbo. Love it. I love the fact that this is a V8 twin-turbo car. Also, it is also rear-wheel drive with a 7-speed automatic. We already know the numbers. It's 473 horsepower, but it really felt like it comes with a lot more power from factory than 473. It's literally, this car stock is faster than my 450 wheel horsepower Q60. So that's full bolt on a 93. So I got to somehow make that matchup one day, but I just know this car is faster than my tuned Q60 VR30. It's insane. But anyways, I want to jump into the car briefly. Matter of fact, let's not even do that yet. I want to talk about the trunk space, right? Let's go to the trunk. I love the trunk space in this car. Yep, this is an old tire that's burnt out, but the trunk space of this car is really big compared to all the other Nissan Infiniti vehicles that I've had in the past. Now, you don't get a spare, which kind of sucks, and it is not the deepest trunk, but it's a lot bigger than the trunks that I've had before, and I've already put luggage in the back of this trunk, 2 to 3 bags, and it fit perfectly fine. Also, you can fold down the rear seats just like almost any other car, but the trunk space works. I like the fact of having space. Also, because it's 4 doors, the back seat also plays as a trunk too, so I could just throw something in there also. But anyways, let's jump into the car. Let's go. All right, guys, so let's talk about it briefly. But before I get into it, be fair, warned, this is a 2015, so it doesn't have the digital dash. The 2017 2018s and up have the digital dash. They have the up-to-date LED lights that go under the console, that go in the vents. This car doesn't have that option, doesn't have the glowing vents. They do have those options that you can actually install in these cars now, but I don't think I'm going to do that in the future for this car. But it does have some of the interior lighting, such as amber white and like a light blue, that will show right here and a couple other places over here. So it does have some of the ambient lighting, but it doesn't have like that 64 color difference that you could put on some of the newer cars. Anyways, so just jump right into some of the stuff that I like about the interior of the car. Number one, I love the way the steering wheel feels. Compared to all the steering wheels that I've grabbed out there or felt out there, this steering wheel feels nice and thick, and it feels good in my hand. I actually really like it. Now, I know that the S's come with, I think, an Alcantara/leather steering wheel, so it has a slightly better build. But for what this is, I'm perfectly fine with this. It feels good in my hands, and I really do love the feeling of it. And it has a nice heavy steering, too, when it comes to the driving style. Now, off the steering wheel, there's not really too much else I can really talk too much about. I like the door panels. I like the way this stuff looks. Like any other cliche car reviewer, they're going to talk about this stuff. I'm not going to go down to it. I just like the way the build of the car looks. It feels like a nice, good looking cabin. Now, I'm a little weird for this, but I like these vents. I love these vents. Now, other car manufacturers have designed these type of vents in their car because they technically were copying Mercedes, and these things just work. You can point them the direction you wanted to go, up and down, and they freaking work. I love it. I think it gives a better look to the car, and it's super dope. Also, I am a fan of buttons, knobs, and clickers. What I mean by that, I can press on this button, I can click this up and down, and I think when it comes to build quality, right, people like to feel things and knowing that they're spending their money on something. When you give me a car that just has touchscreens in it, I feel like I'm just buying something with a touchpad. How do you really identify the quality of something when it's mainly digital? That's why I'm still a fan of analog gauges, because to me, I feel like you got to put some effort into making it look nice. But with an LED screen, you could literally just upload a program and ooh, you have motion stuff in the background. But I'm not playing that stuff. I'm just being quite honest. I'm still kind of an older dude, and I am stuck in my ways. But I think when it comes to this stuff, it makes the interior looks nice, and it has a good, nice feeling to it. Now, I also want to talk about a few other things that I personally also like about this car. I believe it has enough storage space. Like, I can grab my hand here. I can put a bottle of juice or soda right here, have some stuff laying next to it. It has a lot of compartments and stuff right here to fit stuff. Also over there too. Also in here, you have stuff that you can put and store in here also, which is pretty much okay with me. In a dislike video, I said that this is freaking useless, but it is what it is. So I just want to throw that in there. It's not even a dislike video, but this doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, get off of that. Now, I'm 6'1", and I've always been in cars that were four-door cars that never really fit me unless they were like larger cars. But for what this car segment is kind of like that small sedan type of car, a luxury car. I'm 6'1", it works perfectly fine. The seats are all the way to the back. I got plenty of room. My legs extend all the way out. In my Q50, my feet would be more and more like this, and I wouldn't have as much leg room. I would literally have to put the seat all the way back, and I just never felt that comfortable. But with this car, with the non-sport racing seats, this just works for me. Also, to add a little bit more here, this car comes with the Panamera sunroof. So let's turn the car on so I can just briefly show you guys it. But it makes the interior of the car seem even bigger than it really is. So take a look. Right? It's going to start to open up. I love this feeling. 1 and 2. And it just opens the cabin bay all the way up. It feels a lot bigger than it really is in a small little C-Class. And I believe a lot of other auto manufacturers do not do that. So I definitely think that's a plus with this car, because you don't really get that in a lot of cars this size. Even the cheaper ones, some of them do have it. My old friend, she had, I believe, a Kia or Hyundai Elantra, and it had the sunroof. And to me, this is a selling point. I'm always a guy who likes this stuff. Some people don't care for it. I actually care for it because, to me, it makes the cabin feel bigger. I know the race car people are like, oh, it adds more weight. I don't care. I want to just feel like I'm getting my money's worth. That's all I want to be honest about. Now, you guys might be able to see it, but there's a little bit of orange light. That's the ambient lighting that you guys see there. I have it at the amber color for now, because I think the amber goes a lot better with some of the other lights for the car, rather than the other two colors that you can go with, like a bluish white, and you could go like a... what was it? There's a bluish white, like a off green or something like that, slightly green. It's a weird looking color. But finally, I'm gonna start bringing it to an end. That's majority of likes. I mean, I'm not gonna be the typical guy that's gonna say, oh, the power of the transmission, how the car feels. The car drives really solid. When the car is in comfort, let's bring it out. When you put the car in comfort mode, right? When you put the car in comfort mode, you actually feel the difference. So I'm going to put it into comfort mode. The transmission shifts a little bit slower. It doesn't hold the gear it doesn't really hold the gear that long. It doesn't really shift fast when you have it in automatic mode. So when you put it into sport, you're going to realize that it actually holds the gear a lot longer, depending on how much percentage or pedal sensitivity that there will be. So depending on your pedal sensitivity, the car will actually be quicker in sports mode than regular comfort mode. And you can actually interchange the drive, because it does have the adjustable suspension, so you can actually change it up. So I can put my car into Sport Plus, right? But I also could hit this little button here that controls the firmness of the shocks, and I could take that all the way off, and it will put the suspension in comfort. So I would have a sports tuned and or transmission and motor, but the suspension will be soft, just like if it was in comfort mode, which I enjoy driving in that more, because I believe this is the sports mode is a little bit stiff. I mean, it feels like I've always been the type of guy who driven cars with coilovers, and it feels like I'm driving a car with coilovers. It's a little bit bouncy, it's a little bit stiff. So, and also you can actually adjust it. If you adjust it one time, it goes into sport, and then if you press it again, it's Sport Plus. So there's different options on top of that. And to be honest with y'all, I just enjoy driving this car because this is my first rear-wheel drive car that I've ever owned. It has a lot of power, a lot of torque, and it's a learning curve for me. And I think it's going to continue to allow me to just have more respect for them people out there who have high horsepower rear-wheel drive cars, because it ain't easy to put the power down. This car now has a JB4 boost control on it. They give it easily another 100 horsepower. And that will probably put me close to that 600 horsepower area. And yeah, that's a lot of pounds of torque and horsepower. It's putting like 500, probably 500 to rear wheels. That's not crazy amount of power, but rear wheel drive with 550 to 600 pounds of torque to the wheel is a lot too. So I'm learning, but I gotta respect this car the way it delivers the power, because if I'm getting on it and I'm trying to like really go, the traction control will jump in and try its best to keep the boost down and keep the torque down, so I don't lose control and hurt myself. But if you hit this little button here and hold it, it's fully off. That's death mode. That right there is death mode. If you guys want to die, that's the best thing you want to do. Press and hold that button. I'm not doing that. And also, this car does have launch control mode, which is actually super dope. I just want to show you guys a quick example of that. I'm not going to do it. Let me see if I could try to do it quickly on video. Give me a second. All right, it says race start, confirm, paddle up. And it says to press the gas pedal. I'm holding the brake. All I have to do is hold the brake and hold the gas at the same time. And then once I let go of the brake, it will just let the car take off. So it's pretty cool that I have that type of option of doing that type of thing in just a C63. But it's not like it's an all-wheel drive car, so I ain't trying to hurt myself. But outside of that, guys, what I want to sit there and say is, listen, this was my honest review. I know it ain't the best quality on it, but I just wanted to give you guys the real honest opinion. I don't want to make it all look all good. So outside of that, guys, you know what I need you to do? Hit the like button, subscribe button with the bell notification. Also, you can add me at Boost Motion on IG, Facebook, and boostedmotion@gmail.com if you want to ask me any questions. Outside of that, guys, I'm in the C63. I really do appreciate you guys always banging with your boy Boost. Check out the dislike video. I don't know which I'm going to put up first, but check it out, because it's going to have all the videos talking about all the dislikes for the car. So you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. You have a good day. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boosted Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you.